rising today. No limits, no fear. Hustling hard, we're here.
Okay, so let's dive into senior care in Richmond. Trying to find the right senior care option can be a real challenge. It's kind of like trying to solve a puzzle with a bunch of missing pieces, but we're going to help you sort through all of it today. We're going to be looking at Senior Care Authority. They are experts in senior care in Richmond, and we've got two great sources of information today, their website and a really comprehensive briefing document on senior care in Richmond.
It seems like Senior Care Authority really gets it. They seem to understand that each family is different, and each senior has their own unique needs.
Exactly. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. And speaking of unique, did you know there's actually a program designed by a former state trooper to help seniors transition away from driving?
Yeah, I saw that on their website, Beyond Driving with Dignity, I think it was called. It's a really interesting approach.
It is. We're going to talk more about that later. But first, let's take a look at how Senior Care Authority guides families through the process. They have a 6-step process that they lay out on their website.
And I really appreciate their focus on transparency. They start with a free phone consultation just to assess your needs.
Right. It's like that initial chat you have with a therapist. Just to see if you're a good fit, and if it seems like a good match, they'll schedule an in-person consultation to really dig into the detail.
That's where they really get to know your loved one and their specific needs, like their budget, their preferences, even their desired location in Richmond.
And I like how they emphasize the importance of a clear plan.
Yes, they don't just give you a bunch of options and say good luck. They actually help you develop a plan with actionable steps.
And they'll even accompany you on tours of potential communities, help with paperwork. They basically hold your hand through the whole process.
That ongoing support is so crucial. It's like knowing you have a safety net.
Exactly. So let's move on to talk about the different types of senior care communities they work with. They cover the whole spectrum, from assisted living to memory care.
It's like choosing a vacation destination, but with much higher stakes, of course.
Definitely. So first up, we have assisted living.
A lot of people describe that as being like a cruise ship for seniors.
I love that analogy. You've got meals, activities, social events, and support with daily tasks, all in a safe and engaging environment.
And then you have memory care, which is specially designed for those with cognitive impairment. That requires a very different approach.
Absolutely. They need highly trained staff and specific security features to keep residents safe and secure. Then there are residential care homes, which are a good option for those seeking a smaller, more home-like setting.
Yeah, they offer a more personalized touch.
And for seniors who need more intensive medical care, there are skilled nursing facilities.
Those are like a hospital setting, but focused on long-term care.
They provide round-the-clock care and a wide range of medical services. Then we have independent living. This is perfect for seniors who are still active and don't need help with daily tasks, but who want to be part of a community.
It's like college dorms for seniors.
I like that. And then there's respite care, which provides temporary relief for caregivers.
That can be so important. It gives caregivers a much-needed break and can prevent burnout.
And it allows the seniors to get a change of scenery, too. It's a win-win. Now, let's circle back to that Beyond Driving with Dignity program. I'm really curious about how that works.
Me too. It's a great example of how Senior Care Authority addresses the unique challenges that seniors face.
Losing the ability to drive could be a really tough transition.
Absolutely. It can impact their independence and their social connections.
So this program helps them explore alternative transportation options, like public transportation, ride-sharing services, and even just finding ways to get around their own neighborhood safely.
It's all about maintaining their mobility and their quality of life.
Speaking of quality of life, I was really impressed by the testimonials on Senior Care Authority's website. The family sounds so grateful for their help.
Yeah, one of the testimonials mentioned how Lisa, I think that was the advisor's name, went above and beyond to find the perfect fit for their loved one. She even accompanied them on multiple tours.
Wow, that's dedication. And another testimonial talked about how Lisa was a constant source of support, even after their loved one had moved into the community.
That kind of ongoing support can make a world of difference, especially during those initial transitions.
Definitely. It's not just about finding a place, it's about finding the right place. A place where your loved one feels safe, respected, and connected.
And where they can thrive.
Exactly. So finding the right senior care is about peace of mind, both for the senior and for their family.
It really is. It's a big decision.
It is. But luckily, Senior Care Authority is there to help families in Richmond navigate this process. And we'll dig more into what makes them so special in part 2 of this deep dive.
You know, we were talking about finding the right place, and that made me think. One of the things that really stood out to me about Senior Care Authority is their emphasis on being an advocate for families.
Yeah, I saw that on their website. They talk about how they'll fight for your loved one's needs and make sure their voice is heard.
Right. It's like having a lawyer on your side, someone who knows the system and can navigate the complexities of senior care.
Especially in a city like Richmond, where there are so many different options and resources available.
Exactly. That local expertise is invaluable.
And it's not just about knowing the different communities and facilities. It's also about understanding the specific challenges that seniors face in Richmond.
Like transportation, access to health care, affordability.
Senior Care Authority has their finger on the pulse of all those issues, and they're constantly working to advocate for policies and programs that will benefit seniors in Richmond.
It's really impressive.
So we've talked about the process, the types of communities, and the importance of advocacy. But what about the emotional side of things? Making the decision to move a loved one into senior care can be really tough.
It can be incredibly emotional. There's often guilt, worry, and fear of the unknown.
And that's where Senior Care Authority's compassionate approach really shines.
They understand that this is a difficult time for families, and they provide a lot of support and guidance throughout the process.
They help families work through those difficult emotions and make decisions that are right for everyone involved.
And they also provide ongoing support after the move, which can be crucial for both the senior and their family.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of finding senior care in Richmond, just remember that you don't have to do this alone.
Senior Care Authority is there to help. They'll be your advocate, your guide, and your support system.
They'll help you navigate the complexities of senior care and find the best possible solution for your loved one.
And they'll do it with compassion and expertise.
So that's a wrap for part 2 of our deep dive into Senior Care Authority. In part 3, we'll talk about some of the unique challenges and opportunities the seniors face in Richmond, and we'll discuss some additional resources that can help families make informed decisions about senior care.
Stay tuned. So we've talked about all the right things that Senior Care Authority does, but let's face it, Richmond has its own unique set of challenges and opportunities when it comes to senior care.
That's true. What are some of the things that make Richmond stand out in this area?
Well, for one thing, Richmond has a rapidly growing senior population.
I've heard that. And what does that mean for senior care?
It means there's a lot of demand for services, which can lead to wait lists, limited availability, and potentially even higher costs.
So it's really important to start planning early. Don't wait until the last minute.
Exactly. But even if you're facing a time crunch, Senior Care Authority can help you navigate those challenges.
They're like experts in finding solutions.
That's a good way to put it. They know the ins and outs of the Richmond care landscape, and they can connect you with the resources you need.
And they're not just focused on finding a place for your loved one to live. They also help families with all the other aspects of senior care, like financial planning, legal matters, and even just emotional support.
Right. They take a very holistic approach. They understand that senior care is about more than just physical needs.
It's about the whole person.
Exactly.
So what advice would you give to families who are just starting to think about senior care in Richmond?
I'd say the most important thing is to do your research. Talk to other families, visit different communities, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
And don't be afraid to reach out for help.
Absolutely. There are so many resources available, including Senior Care Authority.
They're a great place to start. They can provide you with personalized guidance and support you every step of the way.
And they'll make sure your loved one gets the best possible care.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought. Senior care is an act of love.
It's about honoring our loved ones and ensuring that their golden years are filled with dignity, respect, and joy.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone. There are people here to help. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into senior care in Richmond. We hope you found it informative and empowering.
Until next time, take care.
Big moves, bold plays, local legends rising today. No limits, no